Hey viewers, Gorsham here today. I am playing Animal Crossing, because you know what? I've always heard about Animal Crossing, and nobody can tell me why they enjoy it, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. And you know what? It's really good. I could tell you why, unlike where other people are just like, I don't know, I just like it. I can tell you why. But that's not why I'm here today. I'm here to give you some life advice. Because, you know, there's a lot that I've been through in life. Things that many of you literally just can't fathom. And things that others of you may be going through now. I'm not going to go into great detail about what all I've been through because that's my business, really, but I'll tell you some things I learned from it, and I'll tell you why. I had a very, very bad past, and I'm not here to tell you my sob story, I'm just giving you a point of reference so you don't think I'm just some asshole who's never been through anything in his life telling you, oh, it gets better, you just have to try. I always hated people like that, and I'm not one of them. I crawled through hell and back. I went through things that no sane person should ever have to endure, and I did that for over 20 years. So, take that in mind with everything I'm about to tell you. I'm not someone who's just freaking like, oh, well, you know, the hardest thing I ever had to deal with was that I stubbed my toe once, but I can surely tell you that depression is easy. You just have to try, and you just have to want it. No. Fuck those people. Seriously, fuck those people. I've been places, I've seen shit. So, I've rambled on long enough, onto life advice. Here's the thing. No one can make it better but you. Having friends to support you is great. Having family to support you is great. Oftentimes, if you're in a really terrible situation, you're not going to have either of those. And I understand. But the thing is, the only one that can change that is you. You are literally the only person that can change your situation. I don't care if you're 93, I don't care if you're 13. There will always be things that are outside of your control. There will always be things you can't handle. Not can't handle, but there will always be things that you can't... There will always be things you can't change. So you don't focus on changing those. Like this rock. I can't shovel up this rock. It just bounces off. I can shovel up everything around this rock. And it's a similar principle. You have to be willing to put in the effort. It's not easy. It will never be easy, and I will never tell you that it is easy. Life is hard. You have to get used to that. Life is a struggle. Tibble! Freaking mosquitoes! That's the second time! Freaking mosquitoes! Anyways, as I was saying, if you want life to change, you have to change. You have to adapt. You have to grow. You have to put in effort. The world will not change around you. There will be no knight in shining armor that comes by and rescues you. There will be no lucky break that suddenly changes your life. I honestly don't believe in lucky breaks. People are like, oh man, I got so lucky. This was my lucky break. But you know what? Those people have also been busting their ass day after day after day. They've been putting in time and effort every single day. It wasn't through chance. They weren't sitting at home saying, oh, my life is too hard. Everything sucks and I can't do anything about it because of this or that. They were out there, they were doing something. And they got lucky and their hard work paid off. That is a lucky break. If you have depression, if you're bipolar, if you have social phobia, or any other number of things, you gotta work through it. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, I'm sounding like someone who's been there and who knows. You have to work through it. If this means putting up with therapy, you gotta do it. If this means taking medications, you gotta do it. I don't care if you like it. You shouldn't care whether or not you like it. You know what I don't like? I don't like getting a shot. You know what I do when I'm sick? I get a shot. Because it hurts, it sucks, and I get better. And it's the same principle. Medication sucks. You never been on medication for anything? I can tell you it sucks. There are side effects, they suck. Just everything. The transition period sucks, it takes a while, and if you suddenly stop them, it sucks. And it just seems like everything about them sucks. But it makes things better. It makes things better. So does therapy. It's not fun talking to someone and saying, hey, you know, I need help. It's not fun admitting you need help. That's something that in some cases you're going to have to do. Things not getting better? Better start trying new things. You are the architect of your own destiny. You are the only one that will make your life better. No one will save you. No one will just walk up and be like, here's $1,000. I have seen and met so many people who are like, my life is hard. And there are times where I can honestly sympathize with them. But then they follow it up with, and I can't do anything about it. And you know what? That is pure bullshit. That is pure bullshit. People will say, my life is too hard, or I have a condition, and that means I can't do anything about it. That's also bullshit. Stephen Hawking, the guy can barely fucking move, and he's smarter than any of us. And he's more successful than most of us. Can barely fucking move. If he can do that, you can do something. As I said, I know what it's like to suffer, and there's a trick to suffering. And that trick is that it's hard. What's hard for me may be easy for you. What's easy for me may be hard for you. I don't know, but if we're suffering, it's because it's hard for us. There are levels of suffering, of course. When you stub your toe, you suffer, but it's not the same as when you're tormented and you suffer. So there is certainly a different level of suffering. However, it sucks for all of us. God, there's just really nothing to do here at night. Because I don't have a fishing pole. Like, I've only been playing, like, 2 days, so I don't have anything yet. And it's like, woobly, 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 woobly. I found this outfit in the dump. Literally in the dump. It was really cool, though, so I took it. And someone complimented me on it. Anywho, people will often also blame other people for their misfortune. You can't do that. People are going to try and screw you over. That's just life. But the only person that can stop you from succeeding is yourself. Other people can trip you up, other people can try and hold you back, but the only one that will actively stop you is you. I don't care who you have to work around, I don't care who you have to fight through. There's a way to do it. It may not always be immediately possible, but there's always a way to work towards a better situation. There's always a way to improve your life as long as you are alive. The only time our life stops improving is when it's over or when we allow it to stop. There is no magical cure that's going to fix all your problems in a day. Or maybe even a week or a month. Maybe even a year. Who knows? But if you don't start, you will never finish. People are afraid of change. They're afraid to fail because they don't want to try and then feel they're worse off than they are now. People are afraid of success because they don't want to try and then suddenly everything is different. People fear change. But there's a trick to both of these. First off, as my dad would say, there is no real such thing as failure. Even if you fail, you're farther along than you were before. Say you want to run a cross-country marathon. You want to win. So you train. First day you can run 1 mile. Later on you can run 2. Then 3. Then 5. Then 9. So the day comes where the race starts. And you don't get first place. In fact, you do... No! No, ball! No! 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 No, ball, no! No, ball, no! Come on, where'd you go? Well, it's gone. Oh wait, yeah. So the day of the meet finally comes, and you run, and you don't make it in first place. In fact, you do pretty bad. You end up on the lower half. You were only able to run 13 miles, and weren't even able to complete it. You feel terrible, you're sitting there like, I failed, I couldn't do it, and I completely failed. But you know what? You're wrong. You came a long way. You are literally 13 times better than you were before. If you had tried that before putting in all that effort to try and get there, maybe you could have done 1 mile. And this is for sake of example. Maybe you can already run 10 miles. But follow me, for example. But as a result of that, now you can do 13. You were literally 13 times better than you were before. You're not as far as you wanted to be, but you're much better than you are now. And that's the trick to it. And with success, people seem to panic about that. Because they're like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, if I become successful, then what? Then what happens? What do I do? Well, the thing is, by the time you get there, you'll know. If you put in the effort to become a success, and you reach that point, by the time you get there, you'll know what to do next. You will be prepared to move forward at that point. You may be a little bit unsure, you may even be a bit confused, but you'll be able to handle it, because it's what you've been preparing for. You don't suddenly become a success and then just stop. Steve Jobs didn't make the iPad and then just say, well, I'm never making a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or a 5, I'm just 1, that's it, and I'm just going to sit for the rest of my life. You continue innovating, you continue improving. The trick is, you cannot rely on your sense of self-worth as a motivation to improve. You can't be like, okay, I'm confident I can do this, and so I will. Because if you do that, you never will. You need a mindset that regardless of how you feel about yourself, regardless of how you feel about anything going on around you, that you will continue to work. Bill Gates is, again, a perfect example. Even when he was way in the lead, when he was a huge success, he still acted like there was constantly someone on his heels. He still continued to push himself and to improve. And you know what? You need to be the same way. It's not a matter of, well, if I feel good enough, then I'll do it. It's a matter of, regardless of how I feel, I want to become better than I am now. I could think I'm the best person in the entire world. I should still work on improving. I could feel like I'm the worst person in the world. I should still work on improving. Oh good, another one of these things. I don't care how good or how bad you think you are. You continue to work. You continue to improve. That's it. I know there's some of you that are battling weight problems. I've had people ask me about that many times over the years. And I always run into the same conversation. Honestly, it gets under my skin. People are like, I want to lose weight, but I can't because it's too tough. Because life is too hard for me right now, or I'm just not physically capable, or this or that. If your legs are broken, use your arms. If your arms are broken, use your legs. If all of them are broken, chew. You can't move at all? Okay, I'll give you that. But if that's not the case, I don't care. I was in the army. When I was in basic training, I was... let me think. I'm about 5'7", mind you. I'm pretty short. I was over 230 pounds when I joined the army. And none of that was muscle. Not a single ounce of... well, okay, maybe an ounce, but... the point is, I was fat. I was a fat gamer. You ever see those fat gamer nerds on the internet, on Reddit? That was me. I'm not saying that people on Reddit are fat gamer nerds. I'm saying they post pictures of fat gamer nerds. And some of them might be. That was me. Couldn't run to save my life. The first couple months of training, I lost 30... well, shoot, actually, I lost over that. After the first couple months of training, I weighed about 180 pounds. And that's while putting on muscle, which is more than fat. We did serious crap. We did hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of exercises every day, all day. And we didn't need fancy equipment, we didn't need a gym membership. We did push-ups, we did sitting-ups, we walked, we ran, we marched, we did jumping jacks. We did everything we were capable of doing, and we continued doing it. There was no, well, I'm tired now, so I'm going to stop. We got pushed until we thought we were going to die, and then we continued to get pushed. Limits simply did not exist. If you fell down and passed out, they would make your buddies keep going until you woke up. I know, because I was the first one. I'll relay that story real quick, then I'll get back on point. Basically, we're the first bit of training, and we're doing push-ups, and I am fat. So, I can't do very many push-ups. My arms give out, my body's just like, blah. Drill Sergeant, who is the spitting image of my brother, one of my brothers, the brother who used to beat me up, ironically, comes over, and he looks down at me, and he kind of like, huh. And he looks up, and he looks at everybody else still doing push-ups. And he looks down at me again, and he kind of nods, like, look at this fucking asshole. He goes, alright. And he turns to everybody else, here's what we're going to do. We are going to continue doing push-ups until Gorsham feels fully rested. And now people are shouting at me to get up. They're like, Gorsham, get up, get the fuck up, I will fucking kill you. So I'm trying to get up, you know. And my drill sergeant is yelling at me. He's like, Gorsham, stay... And obviously he didn't call me Gorsham, but you know, I'm not going to tell you my last name. He's like, Gorsham, stay on the ground. I am ordering you to stay on the fucking ground. So I stayed on the ground. And I pretended like I was well rested, and like a minute or two later, I started doing push-ups again. And we continued on, and then we finished up and did other things. But like I said, we had no easy way out, we had no escape, we had no excuses. But my father was in the Navy. He was the worst runner there was. Like, as far as their boot camp went, he was the worst. So, when everyone else got free time, he was required to go run, day after day after day. By the time he graduated, he was the best runner there was. And that's the thing, if you allow yourself to make excuses for yourself, if you allow yourself to take shortcuts, you're going to fail. That's simply how it is. If you cannot accept that truth, that probably explains why you are where you are now. You need to be willing to put in effort. You need to be willing to do this stuff. If you're not, things will never change. The things you dislike will be the way they always are. And you will rely on your parents forever. There's a friend of mine. I'm not going to mention any names, because I love this person to death, but they are... trying to think. Well, they're in their 30s now. I've known them for a long time. It's been over a decade. They live at home. They don't work. They don't drive. They don't make any effort to do anything at all, really. They are the epitome of lazy and self-serving, and they expect a white knight to come save them and take care of all their woes and ills and all this stuff. And it's not going to happen. I've tried talking to them about it, but it doesn't go anywhere. And the thing is, you can't help someone if they're not willing to help themselves. That's another important lesson to learn. I don't care how much you love somebody. I don't care how much you hate somebody. All you can do is point them on the road to success. They have to decide whether or not to take it from there. You can't force them. You can't persuade them. It's up to them. All you can do, just be there. That's it. That is the best that you can do. That, and don't sugarcoat things for people. I've lost many friends because of this. People will expect you to enable them. They'll be like, oh, well, you know, I can't do my taxes because I'm not smart enough. And I try to open a book, but I have a brain reading disorder where when I read stuff, my hair explodes into fiery tentacles, and then Cthulhu comes out of my mouth and tries to chokeslam me while the Undertaker counts. And it's like, I don't care. You can do it, and you're going to do it. Or you're not going to do it. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, you know, I'm really sorry about the Cthulhu flaming hair tentacle Undertaker ring pin. I am really sorry, and I understand now why you can't do it. I don't believe in that. Because I've been through all manner of crap, and I've made it. And you know what? I know a lot of people who have been through a lot of crap, and they've made it. I pride myself on having gone through hell, and becoming who I am today. I take a huge sense of pride of that. Is that ball still there? Like, has it come back, or is it just gone forever? I don't want Rossetti to yell at me again. He's mean. And you know, for as much pride as I take in that, for as amazed and astounded as I am for what I've accomplished, I know people who have gone through worse and who have accomplished more. So, I don't allow myself to get a big head. I don't allow myself to think, oh, well, I'm such a unique little snowflake, I did it and nobody else can. No, I know that anybody, literally anybody, is capable of this. I know that anyone can succeed if they're willing to put in the effort. I do not believe in the excuses people make for themselves or the things they do. If you want something, you can get it. I mean, within reason. If you want $1 million to fall from the sky, $1 million to fall from the sky, well, that's not likely to happen. But if you want to accomplish something, you can do it. You have to be willing to, though. It's not easy. I will never say it is easy. And you know what? I don't care what excuses you have. And that's a lesson that will do you well to learn, because the world doesn't care what excuses you have. You don't come into work because you're feeling bad, because you lost a game of Call of Duty and you just don't want to work today, and it's like, oh no, boo-hoo. Guess what? Your boss doesn't care. Your boss cares that now you're not there, and they need to find someone who will be there. They are gonna hire somebody who doesn't play Call of Duty or who doesn't care when they lose at it. Now, I just use Call of Duty as point of reference. I don't have any issue with the game, per se. You could just as easily attribute it to Battletoads or Animal Crossing. Point is, you are the only one that can make your situation better, and there is no situation you can't improve as long as you are alive, unless you're in like a coma or something. Again, Stephen Hawking is a perfect example. I cannot fathom what it must be like to live that way. I feel like that would kill me. But he's shown that you can thrive. You can do amazing things regardless. I don't pity Stephen Hawking. Not at all. I don't envy what he has to go through, don't get me wrong. But I respect him. I respect him more than I do a lot of people because of what he is capable of. He has pushed past severe diversity and accomplished things that even I haven't done. They're just way past anything that I have accomplished. And you know what? If he can do that, then I can certainly go through this. Because none of us are unique snowflakes. They're just innately designed better than someone else. And the point of all this is that if you want to improve, it's on you. And really, that's all there is to it. Life is tough. And I'm not saying man up. I don't believe in that. Someone tells me man up, I'm going to tell them eat my fist. And then I'll punch them in the face. Or maybe I'll do that and then I'll say it. That way they don't have the warning coming. I never understood that. Like, you charge someone from the back and you yell, "Yeah!" Punch them in the back of their head, then yell at them, because then they know you're there already. Then you can yell at them all you like. Don't give them the advantage. Use the element of surprise. This is where I got this shirt, by the way. It's really nice. Mosquito bit me for the first time here. Freaking mosquitoes. But I hate that phrase. I really do. I don't believe in predefined gender roles for men or women. I believe be who you want to be, do what you want to do, and don't hurt anybody that doesn't deserve it. I say doesn't deserve it, but I know that someone will use that to be like, well, obviously this piece of literature says that I should hurt these people and they deserve it, so I will. So you know what? Just don't hurt anybody. There you go. Unless they want to be hurt, like they're a masochist or something, don't do it. I'll mention this, and I'm not going to talk about it further. I got a brother that's exactly like that, as a matter of fact. My oldest brother. He is the very definition of a bigot. If he joined the Westboro Baptist Church, I wouldn't be surprised. He would belong there. That's the type of person that he is. He is spiteful, he is hateful, he is cruel and malicious, and the worst part of it is that he is intelligent. And he uses that intelligence to hate and subjugate other people. That's not the type of person you want to become. That's not the type of person you should ever be like. Not ever. Everyone hates someone. Everyone hates something. Even I have people that I absolutely hate. Like, for example, you ever see those gamer girls that will draw all kinds of attention to themselves? Not the ones that are like, hey, I'm a gamer girl, let's play and have fun. That's fine. I have plenty of female gamer friends. I'm talking about the, tee-hee, I'm a girl, but don't hit on me, boys. Lols. Oh no, I need help and I can't do it. If only there was some big strong boy to help me, but don't hit on me, boys. Tee-hee. I fucking hate them so goddamn bad. You have no idea. It's like, I don't care what gender you are. I don't care if you're a gamer or not. But don't sit there and soak up attention like a sponge when I'm trying to accomplish something. Either help me or get the hell out. I hate it. But you're not going to see me sitting here hunting them down and being like, hey you stupid bitch. Hi. I'm not going to do it. Because I can just as easily just stay away from it if I don't like it. And that's what I do. I just keep to myself, and if I see one, I just leave. Or if they follow me into my place, then I'll say, hey, look, you know, I wish you would please leave me alone. And if they don't, then I will get on them. But I'll try to be respectful first, because even if I disagree with something, even if I don't like something, it's not, for the most part, it's not my place to attack them unless they're attacking me. Shove, 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 shove. Get out of my town! Get out of my town! I hate her so much. I'm really trying hard to get her out of my town. This is the melody, but I still don't know how it works. So, anyways, that's kind of my life advice to you guys, because as we're drawing up to a close here, as I'm coming to say goodbye to you guys, I feel that for as much fun as we've had together, and as much as I try to make everybody laugh, I'd be remiss, is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know what it might be, but I would not be happy if I didn't do something, or I didn't try to pass along some knowledge. So that's my knowledge to you. Life sucks, I understand it does, but it can get better only if you're willing to work at it. If you sit and make excuses for yourself, and you don't try, I hold absolutely no sympathy or respect for you. And neither will the rest of the world. There are going to be very few people who sit there and say, "Oh, it's okay, poor baby." There are going to be very few people who see you stub your toe, and then you're like, "Oh, well, obviously, now I can't get a job in thermodynamics because my toe is stubbed." There will be people out there who do that, though. There will be people who will be like, "Oh, I completely understand," and you know who those people will be? They'll be the people who will be like, "Oh, I stubbed my toe too, and so I never got a job in thermodynamics," and "Oh, you know, my manager is such a bitch. I mean, I only shoplifted like 6 times and he fired me, and it's just ridiculous. I know exactly how you feel." It's the same people that never accomplish anything that enable others to never accomplish anything. Because if they can keep you down on their level, if they can... What?! Hold on, what is this? Give me the treasure! Awesome! Dude, I just shuffled money out of a rock. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, as I was saying, but if they can keep you down on their level, then they don't have to feel as bad about themselves for not doing anything. They can say, "Look, see, there are other people who understand how I feel. There are other people who aren't doing anything." Because you know what? When you're a success and the people around you aren't, they realize they don't have an excuse not to, so they try to force you down to be next to them. And they will try to break you down. You can't let them. You cannot let them. If you have a friend that tells you everything is okay and you don't have to try, you don't have a friend. You have an asshole. And I don't know about the rest of you. I've already got one. It works just fine. Don't need another one. So don't let these people manipulate you. Don't let these people break you. And most of all, don't break yourself. I can't force you to put in effort. I can't force you to put in effort. I'm not going to try. If, after hearing everything that I have to say, you still say, I don't care, I'm not going to do anything, fine. Go ahead. I will take your job. That fancy job you want as a game designer or whatever, I'll take it instead. And they will hire me over you. So you're doing me a favor, really. So feel free to continue doing nothing. Because all you're doing is helping me and more people like me who actually are willing to go out and put that time in. And on the bright side, you make my food. You don't really get it right very often, but you make it. That's always nice. So what I'm saying is basically this. You want to succeed? You will. It's hard. It'll continue to be hard, but you'll do it. You don't want to succeed? You won't. People are always looking outside themselves for some grand secret to life, some grand path or knowledge that will suddenly tell them everything. And the sad part is they don't realize that the answer isn't outside, it's inside. We will never know everything. We will never have every single answer there is. That doesn't mean we stop looking. That doesn't mean we give up. It means we look harder, and it means we keep trying. Because although we may not always find every answer, we'll be further along than the rest of them who don't. So if you've got problems holding you back, if you've too lazy, too stupid, or too sorry for yourself, or just too inept, well, this is what you're doing to yourself. You're just digging holes that are blocking your own way forward. For those of you who are willing to try, those of you who can accept failure as a path to growth, Those of you who know that it's going to be hard and continue anyway. And those of you that just don't give up. You'll find your way out. You're not going to be stuck there. And when you look back, you'll find that all of these holes that you fell into before, all of these pitfalls that you didn't know what to do about, well, now it's just as easy as simply walking forward and applying a little dirt. And there will always be people down at the bottom who expect you to carry them out of it. But even if you do, they'll just end up in the next one. So work hard, don't give up, and become a success. Or give up, never amount to anything, and just pretty much be worthless your entire life. The choice is yours. Frankly, I don't really care. I care enough that I don't want people to suffer, so I will do for you what I can. But all I can do for you, all anyone can do for you, is to tell you what I've told you. Is to say that, hey, this is the road that you need to walk if you want to be a success. There is no one secret answer, but everything requires effort. If you don't put in the effort, you will never reach it. That is a universal truth. So, take that for what you will. I truly do wish you all the best of luck. And, yeah, I'm in the town of Rurf. I can't even pronounce it. It drives me nuts. And, when next we meet, I'll be saying goodbye to you all, so thank you all for watching. And for those of you I see in the live stream, I look forward to seeing you there. Until next time, viewers, it's been a real blast.